Hey guys, what's up? It's John here again today from Toxic Spikes, and I got another narrated Pokemon Black and White Wi-Fi battle for you. Oh my gosh, I'm so hyper today. This is a battle I had against, Esdeflex / Lucario Got a Boner / WeedleTwineedle is his current channel. And, yeah, as you can see, his name's I'm a Noob because he hacks, but he doesn't hack anymore. So, he challenged me to battle. Obviously, this is a legit battle. And, he leads off with a Crobat. I lead off with, like, David Blaine, blah, 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 because I stabbed his name wrong. But, that doesn't matter because David Blaine's still equally awesome. And I was thinking about going for the counter there. I'm like, he might have U-turn, but I'm thinking, no, he doesn't have U-turn. But then I realized, like, what kind of lead Crobat doesn't have U-turn? So I'm just going to go for the Signal Beam here after I Psychic that thing. I thought, modest nature. I figured after a Psychic, a Signal Beam would be able to take it out, but that's the disadvantage of using Signal Beam over Shadow Ball. You lose that 5 extra power. And why do I use Signal Beam over Shadow Ball? It's to hit Dark types. But anyways, I'm going to go for the U-turn here with my Azelf. And because this was at Drew Ponage's stream, he wasn't paying attention too much, so he was like, "Ha, Bandit, I see." I was like, "Yeah, Bandit." Yeah, there was totally no Life Orb recoil there. And I'm gonna go out to my Greg Jennings, the hardest hitting choice scoffer in the game, as he goes out to his Relicanth, and he's just kind of baiting the close combat there. So I'm gonna fall for it, but I don't want to overpredict too early and go for something like the Stone Edge. So he goes out to his Crobat. I go for the close combat. It does a nice amount for being 4 times resisted. But now I'm gonna go out to my Togekiss, because I thought he might predict me to switch and go for the U-turn for switch initiative, but he actually just goes straight away for the Brave Bird. I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna let my Togekiss die here. I can bring in something to revenge kill it because I really need that Crobat out of there, because he's probably one of the biggest threats to my team right now. So I go back out to Greg Jennings, and I'm gonna go for the Stone Edge because I am Scarf and outspeed him. Thank God Stone Edge hits there, otherwise it would have been a completely different battle. But, yeah, having that Crobat out was key. I'm going to get the Moxie boost. A lot of you are going to be like, "Oh, Moxie, you're a hacker, you use Dream World abilities that haven't been released." But, honestly, I figure as long as it's not, like, a huge game-changing ability, it's fine. So, that's my philosophy. And he's going to predict my switch here really nicely and go for the payback. But, fortunately, since as Azelf, I don't know how I lived that, to be honest. And I live with 69 HP, which is kind of funny. But he's a Guts Machamp with the Flame Orb, and he's going to protect to get that Flame Orb, and he's going to protect the Scout the move, actually. So right here, I could have U-turned, but I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to Psychic again, because I don't think he has anything that can take the Psychic, because I saw his team in Team Preview. Really, all he had was that Reuniclus. So that's good for me, and I go for the Psychic here. Going to be an easy 2-hit KO. He has nothing to switch into this, so he's like, screw you, Relicanth. He's just going to let his Relicanth die. So, Azelf's actually doing really good here. Honestly, in my opinion, Azelf has no business being in UU, but since it is in UU, I'm just going to use it. And I go for the Flamethrower, and since that Tangrowth does not have maxed out stats in all EVs, obviously he's not going to want to stay in, because that's not the same one he used against Wild Chase. And I go for the Flamethrower now. He goes into his Lanoon, and, it almost takes out one hit, but, props to him for using a Lanoon, I guess. And I don't know if it's like a bulky Lanoon or something, because it has leftovers, but yeah, I don't know the story behind that. But now I go back out to Greg Jennings, and I go for the close combat, and now I'm going to get that Moxie boost again. And the funny thing is, when we had this battle, I actually thought that Moxie was a Release Dream World ability too, because so many people that use Heracross actually use Moxie. And, really, it's really just 2 great abilities for Heracross, both Guts and Moxie. And I like Moxie better though, because if he starts taking out guys, he hits like a train already, and he just keeps on hitting like even harder and harder with every Pokemon he takes out. And he's got that Scarf boost, so yeah, he's pretty deadly. He's won me a lot of battles before. Anyways, he's going to start trying to seed me and stuff with his Tangrowth, but I'm like, nah, my Hariyama's not going to stand for that, so I whirlwind him out. Honestly, though, the reason I did that was because the only attacking move I have on this set, because it is a Rest Talker, is Cross Chop, and obviously I'm not going to want to Cross Chop a Tangrowth, because even with a crit, that won't even do like half. So I'm just going to let him take me out with a close combat here, and I don't even know who my... Oh, yeah, and then that's going to force me to go out to my last guy, because I don't want to, you know, ruin my chances of finishing him off with Greg Jennings just yet, because I know I can pull out the win here, and he's all like thinking he's got this in the bag. You know, he's got Tangrowth, one of the best defensive walls, and you know, all I've got left are physical attackers. But I get up 2 Swords Dances, which I pretty much need to at this point. Like, it isn't a question of setting up too much and over prediction here. I need to set up these Swords Dances. So I go for the Swords Dances. Then all I can do is the return, because I don't have Ice Punch. I have Aqua Jet and Waterfall in return. So that still does over half, which is nice. You might be thinking +4 and only does over half, but think about it. That is a... Tangrowth is just so bulky. To do over half, that's nice. And on top of that, it brings him into KO range for Mega Horn. So now all I got left is Greg Jennings. He's got to put the team on his back. It is up to him. And he broke his leg earlier in the battle. But, you know, look at him. He's one of the toughest Scarfers in Pokemon. I mean, he's carrying himself. And he's going to go for that Mega Horn as he goes out to Machamp. But he's not afraid. And he's just going to almost kill him, actually. This is actually a huge misplay on Esdeflex's part here, because he goes out to a Machamp, which he didn't think would get 2-hit KO'd by this Mega Horn, but he does. And I don't get any misses, which is fortunate. And now, you know, looking like he's going to sweep, but uh-oh, who's this? It's Tangrowth, the toughest defensive wall in the game. So what is Greg Jennings going to do? He's going to go for that Mega Horn, but oh, he misses, and now he's going to Leech Seed. And now I'm like, oh crap, if he keeps on missing Mega Horns, I've lost battles like that before, where I lose because I miss Stone Edges or Mega Horns, and then they just stall me to death. But no, not Greg Jennings. He knows he's got to put the team on his back. So right here, he's just going to go for that Mega Horn, and at +1, that is going to take out Tangrowth, no question. That's just how beastly Greg Jennings is. Anyways, you know, that was a great battle. Go check him out at his new channel, WeedleTwineedle. He's a cool guy. You know, Heracross is such a boss. Anyways, that leads me to our question of the day. What is your favorite nickname for a poke? Might have asked this before, but I have a new favorite nickname, and that's Greg Jennings on Heracross. So rate, comment, sub. Peace.